Good morning. Welcome to 365 Days of Richer Living, daily morning reading, meditation, and prayer time. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. Today is November 20th. I have confidence in my understanding of the law. And our anchor quote this morning comes from the Talmud. Despise no man, and deem nothing impossible. Every man hath his hour, and everything its place. And so our reading begins. I believe that no matter what the experience through which I am going, good will come out of it. I believe that all poverty will turn into riches, that all fear will be converted into faith. I believe that good finally will triumph over every evil, and love will heal all hate. I believe that I have a silent partnership with the invisible, that this partnership has never been dissolved and never can be. I believe in the invisible presence of good in a universe peopled with perfect and eternal entities. I believe that all things are possible to him who does believe. Knowing that the law of God is the law of love, and knowing that the law of love is the law of liberty, I see freedom, joy, happiness, peace, and wholeness in everything I look at. I respond to the divine calm, which is at the center of everything. Knowing that perfect love casteth out all fear, I am strong and confident, because I know that the law of good goes with me and prepares the way before me. I have complete confidence in my knowledge and understanding of the law of good. I not only know what is the law, I know how to use it. I know about my ability to use this law are things of thought. What thought has produced, thought can change. Knowing this, having confidence in my ability to use the law, and using it daily for specific purposes, gradually I build up an unshakable faith, both in the law and possibility of demonstrating it. There is no doubt in me, no uncertainty rising through me. My mind rejoices in certainty and in assurance. I confidently expect that my word shall not return unto me void. So let's take this into our time of meditation and contemplation. So breathing into this moment of now, I recognize there is only one infinite, ever-present substance, absolute reality, unconditioned consciousness, the ground of all being, infinite possibility, goes by many, many names. God, Buddha, Allah, Muhammad, Yud-He, Vav-He, Yeshua. What I know in every fiber of my being is that this one is the very essence, the source, the substance, the creator. The creation is its domain, is evidence of its self-existence. That it simply has always been. That even before the identification of the point in science that we know as the Big Bang, this one reality, consciousness itself, always existed. It is the thing that created the things that collided. It is the substance of the things that collided. Dispelling any idea that anything comes out of nowhere. That the somewhere, that the something is beyond a nice, tidy, limited definition, because it is the unlimited. It is the undefined. It is the unchanged. Never changed by its expression. It expresses in multiplicity. No two expressions of this infinite one alike. And yet the unchanging substance, the perfection of the source, the substance itself, remains unchanged. I know that I am that in form. I know that I am a point where this infinite, absolute reality, consciousness itself, is expressing its life as me. That I am the I am, and that I am fully empowered, fully infused with the creative process that, whether I want to or not, I am always creating, I am always using, but it is not the human I. It is the divinity that is expressing as me. That creation simply means to express. I allow myself to breathe in the reality that I am a point where the infinite is expressing itself. That life in totality, is unfolding itself. That the whole perfect and complete pattern. That free will is the mechanism by which the infinite expands its experience of itself. Anything else would be simply to replicate. And so each and every point of expression is infused with some degree of free will. perfectly assigned at its level of expression. From the seed that must germinate, that must surrender to destruction in the physical realm to release the brilliance held within it, to this human mechanism that is often misled, thinking our thinking is actually thoughts, when it is what is underneath that is the thought. I bless my humanness. I accept, I love my humanness, knowing that it is the portal through which I gain deeper understanding of the infinite nature that is my being. That chaos is creative. And what is true of me is true of all creation. And so in this planetary realm of free will, collisions happen. Ideas collide. And in this moment, I wonder what these little mini collisions are creating, much as the Big Bang created. I open to infinite possibility that there are no mistakes in God, in spirit, in consciousness, whatever we call it. There are no limitations. And so I open to an ever deepening, widening understanding of what is possible. No longer willing to vilify any part of the process. I lean into the mystery of it all with a certainty, with a faith that all things are working for the perfect expression of life, even when my human brain can't see it. In those moments, I look to the life that has unfolded as me to find the evidence of things not seen but hoped for, to buoy my faith with, it has happened before, it is happening now, it will happen again. That this activity of law is working everything out in ways that I will likely never comprehend and likely have no need to comprehend. That I take dominion over the role that I have in the process at the level of thought. And I examine my thought. And I expand my thought to thought in the truth of oneness. All thought in consciousness belongs to consciousness. There is no separation of my consciousness, your consciousness, their consciousness. There is simply consciousness. And so as I become aware of thoughts in consciousness that impede the full expression of this grand mystery, I accept my role in healing every thought of separation, every sense of separation, beginning with there is no your thought, my thought. If I am aware, I am transforming. Not from a place of power over. I allow infinite intelligence within me to inform me of a thought that is in most alignment with the harmonious operation of one. I remind myself that there is only one power. There is no separate power against anything. And over again I return to the assurance that law works out everything that is submitted to it to fulfill. And so I am intentional, purposeful about what I am holding, how I am guiding, directing, using whatever word we choose, how I am moving consciousness. Being in integrity with my role in the creative process. And then trusting that if I am infinite intelligence in form, and I believe that I am, then everything that needs to be known is already known within me. And so I open to being aware of that. I open to being guided by that. I open to having my prayers and my meditation and my messages informed by that. By every conversation, by my listening, informed by the infinite intelligence within me. I say yes. Yes to knowing everything that I already know, to being aware of everything that is already known. I say yes, and I am grateful. I choose intentionally, even in the swirl of the storm, even in the chaos of creation, I stand in gratitude, grateful to be aware that I am in the storm, grateful to be aware that chaos is creative, grateful to have some small human inkling of my role in the process, grateful to grow into a greater understanding and participation in that, grateful to feel love, to open my heart to greater and greater experiences of love, to open my mind to be free of criticism. I am grateful, grateful, grateful. Grateful for 12 simple steps, 12 simple traditions that create a beautiful, sometimes tumultuous path to healing. I'm grateful for the fellowship of others seeking to recover the origins of their being from whatever distraction that has held their attention. I'm grateful to be one with that. I'm grateful for Centers for Spiritual Living in all of its chaotic complexities. Grateful. Grateful for the process and trusting in the process. Grateful. Grateful for these United States of America, even when they appear disjointed and ununited. Grateful for this planet, for all of the countries and all of the cities and all of the cultures. Grateful that that is the diverse expression of the infinite. Grateful for the capacity to observe and to unite, mentally unite myself with all that I observe, to remember in those observations that in the truth of oneness, the self is observing the self. And so I am grateful to sit with, there I am, knowing that all sense of separation is transformed. And so in this gratitude, from this gratitude, as gratitude, I release my word. And what I mean by release my word is I release everything that would hinder the full expression of my word. I release all doubt and fear in this moment and any that comes up. I release anything that would negate all that has been spoken. I release any need to control how law works it out. I release. I release any attachment to any opinion. I release any need to defend or justify. I simply release, knowing that the word spoken is the word fulfilled, unless I truncate the process. And so I let go completely. And I move into this day committed to being aware, to being actively engaged, to being guided by that infinite intelligence within life. To look, listen, and feel. In each moment with an open heart, I let go. And I celebrate life. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.